Hi students, how are you? I'm so glad that we are able to move on to something that is pretty new. We have never touched on this topic so far this year. We're moving on to rate and speed. Not a difficult topic. You just need to understand the basic principle behind rate and speed. So before I carry on, please refer to student book page 62. On speed, basically, there are three terms that you need to know very well, and they are all interrelated based on the formula. The three terms are speed, time, and distance. So I would like to introduce to you this very special triangle. I call it the desert triangle. Okay, why is it desert? Okay, if you go in sequence of the words desert, you have D first, followed by S, followed by T. It's a very important formula, okay? Remember, whenever we talk about speed and time and distance, just remember this desert triangle, okay? And for those people who enjoys eating, maybe you can actually, remember it as a dessert triangle, which is still the same, okay? D, S, followed by T. So for example, if you are looking for distance, okay, in the formula distance, so what you need to do, you just need to cover up D, and the formula states that distance is the same as speed times time. Okay, speed times time. Can you see they are on the same line? So speed times time. So that's a formula. So rather than you remember three formulas individually, you can use this speed triangle to support your understanding. So I say again, if you want to find out speed or distance, you just need to cover D, and we will be able to see that S and T are on the same line. It means speed times time. So distance is the same as speed times time. Okay, moving on to the next formula. So now, if we are looking for speed, so we cover up S, and we'll have D over T. Can you see that D is above T? So in other words, the speed formula is actually distance divided by time. Got it? So speed formula is distance divided by time. Last but not least, if we are looking for time, so we cover up T, and the formula is distance over speed. Okay, so time is actually distance over speed. So moving on to the question on page 62. So you have a question asking about, which town do you actually travel to if you drive for 2.5 hours at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour? It must be quite a long distance, isn't it? So there are three options given to you. So did you actually travel to Start, Elmo, or Bluey? So in order for us to get the correct answer, I do not want you to be guessing, even though it's 1 out of 3 chance. I want you to work out to see what is the actual answer. So looking at this, you are given time as 2.5 hours and speed as 80 kilometers per hour. So we are given time and speed. So in other words, the only thing that is missing is distance. Am I right? So in order for us to get the distance, we cover up distance, and the formula is speed times time. And speed times time is actually 80 kilometers per hour times 2.5 hours. So 80 times 2.5, you actually get 200 kilometers. So I have actually helped you to answer this question, isn't it? But I want you to show the working in your book, okay, to tell me your understanding on how do you get 200 kilometers. So you have to show me the working. So we travel to Bluey. Moving on to the next question, okay. 12B, C, as well as 13, I'm not going to answer for you, but I will give you some hint for 12B and C. So you are required to find out which is the best option in order for you to hire a car for 3 hours. Okay, bear in mind, when they say best option means which is the cheapest option. So I'm sure, as much as possible, you want to save money, and nobody wants to rent a car that is more expensive from another company, isn't it? So you want to see which is the best option, and this is a real life question, whereby in future you may need to, make a decision on which company gives you the best deal when you want to rent a car. So option one, they said, if you want to rent a car for 3 hours, they'll charge you 1 hour for $25. So are we able to find out the charges for 3 hours? I'm sure you're able to do that, isn't it? And then for option two, they said, they don't go by 1 hour. They say they will charge by half a day, and it costs $70. And the last option they stated there is, you have to rent a whole day, no other options available, and the day costs $120. So by working it out, you will be able to find the cheapest option, and that is the option, and explain why that is the cheapest option. Got it? 12C. Amy is paid $20 an hour, but if she works on weekends, she receives 1.5 times her normal rate. How much would she have received if she worked 6 hours last Saturday? This is a real life situation again. It is very true. If you are working on in a restaurant or in the hotel, it is very common that you are paid 1.5 times the rate during weekends. Okay, so first step, do we know how much does she earn per hour during weekends? On normal work days, it's $20 an hour. So on weekends, she's supposed to earn 1.5 times. So are you able to find out how much she earns per hour during weekends? Next, how many hours did she work on Saturday? Yep, it's stated there very clearly, she worked 6 hours. So with the information that you gathered in step 1 and 2, what do you need to do to solve the problem? Because you are required to find out how much you actually earned on Saturday, last Saturday. Okay. So please complete page 62 on your student book. And if you have any queries, feel free to drop a note on forum or send me a direct message. Okay, see you.